ある虎猫がいた。その猫は好きでもないいろんな飼い主たちに飼われながら100万回死に生き返って100万回生きた。猫は死ぬのは怖くなかった。ある時猫は自由な野良猫だった。そいつは白いメス猫に会い、2匹は一緒に幸せに暮らした。やがて月日が経ち、白い猫は年を取って死んじまった。虎猫は100万回泣いて、そして死んだ。もう二度と生き返らなかった。
Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam. A masterpiece that drifts alone. An integral chapter in the history of Japanese animation. Cowboy Bebop has transcended not only the boundaries of its contemporaries, but perhaps the entire medium of anime as a whole, inspiring countless others. The godfather of modern anime. Hi, I'm Tim, and this video is my interpretation of why Cowboy Bebop is such an impactful work of art that continues to reverberate in the minds of fans the world over. First, the Cowboys. Spike Spiegel, a mysterious yet skilled and tenacious fighter, enshrouded in a cloak of laid-back ease and style. Ex-member of the deadly Red Dragon Syndicate, seasoned martial artist, top-notch fighter pilot, and expert marksman. An unexplained accident gave him a cybernetic right eye, the one eye that sees the present. His left eye remains transfixed on the past he left behind. Jet Black, hard-boiled, tough as nails, ex-ISSP officer, painted in shades of noir, characterized by a deep cynicism after years of being let down by the system he swore to uphold. Captain and owner of the Bebop, Jet drifts through both space and time, simultaneously running from and falling in line with his past, always fearful of growing too close to others. Ein. The result of genetic lab experimentation, Ein is a genius mind trapped in the scrappy body of a Welsh corgi. He exhibits super smarts and human-like intellect, like offering advice in shogi and hacking into a cult's secure database. Faye Valentine. Resuscitated from cryogenic stasis and riddled with amnesia, forever haunted by the ghosts of her past, or perhaps more accurately, her inability to see them. Without a place to call home, she utilizes what assets and skills she has to her advantage. But a penchant for gambling, combined with insurmountable debt, keep her desperately seeking an escape hatch. Edward. An enigmatic genius hacker child. She has the expertise of a hacker 3 times her age, but the energy, restlessness, and attention span of youth. After being left in a dilapidated orphanage by her own father, she has since traded moves with a chess master and hacked into countless networks and devices. As the crew shuffles into the Bebop, They each bring their own unique abilities and skill sets, as well as inextricable links to their respective pasts. While at first it seems like this eclectic group has no business together, they evolve over time, growing to account for one another's faults and mistakes. A shared brokenness draws them together, stemming from pasts that chewed them up and spit them out, shattering their individual psyches, leaving them struggling to find purpose and meaning in their lives. Though they often act recklessly and selfishly, this loneliness binds them, intertwines them through an unspoken agreement to simply be there for one another. Over time, they form a reason for one another to continue on, at least when they're not preoccupied with coming to terms with their own sordid pasts. The Bebop. Bebop is more than just the ship they call home. It's the style of music that mirrors the tone and pace of the entire series. A type of jazz characterized by its fast tempo, complex chord progressions, and numerous key changes, with an emphasis on free-flowing improvisation by talented artists. Just as bebop exploded as a new genre into the 1940s American jazz scene, the series self-imposes the tagline, "a new genre unto itself." While creator Shinichiro Watanabe would later call this an exaggeration, he wasn't totally off the mark. In line with its namesake, Cowboy Bebop's episodic nature allowed it to explore a wide variety of subgenres, from action to comedy to horror, all while delving into a wide spectrum of philosophies and ideologies, like environmentalism, capitalism, and existentialism, with a persistent undercurrent of spirituality and mysticism. The Bebop's inhabitants are regularly, if unwittingly, governed by what I call the hand of fate. Elders, psychics, shamans, feng shui, bizarre internet cults. There's always some larger entity at play, dancing behind the scenes, influencing events surrounding the main characters. This spirituality permeates through the very essence of the show, shaping the crew's inevitable fates. This mysticism is but one example of the show's ability to unfold its story in a subtle, indirect way. It manages this effortless, yet expert pacing of its plot and direction. Information is often relayed slowly, yet deliberately, giving the viewer a chance to fill in the blanks, allowing scenes the freedom to breathe.
大事なのは流れだ。力じゃない。え？水のようになるんだよ。水？そう。水はどんな形にもなれるし、ゆっくり流れることも激しく打つこともできるだろう。
Rather than relying on wordy narrative, Watanabe favored storylines that flowed organically. Intricately crafted details round out the universe, making it feel fully realized and lived in. Subtle cues allude to a deep, rich history behind the snippets of this near-future vision we're presented. Fight sequences are like staccato, quick and sharp with tight, satisfying choreography. Chase scenes and dogfights unfold like soft ballads, gorgeous flowing backdrops, lives trapped in the balance. The show maintains a free-flowing, zen-like atmosphere with a relatable authenticity that subtly grounds the narrative. And of course, no single element rounds out the Bebop universe more than its soundtrack. Its iconic imagery is inseparable from the music that accompanies it. Perhaps the show's most quintessential aspect is its unique, dynamic blend of musical composition and visual cinematography. Yoko Kanno formed the jazz and blues band The Seatbelts in order to score the series. Since conception, music was always a core aspect of the show, beginning production even before much of the characters, stories, or animations were finalized. A game of cat and mouse, Watanabe has spoken about how Kanno would often produce songs of her own design, practically ignoring his input at times. Many of these tracks would go on to inspire Watanabe's direction and vice versa, a positive feedback loop, music and animation, score and story. The two were complementary towards one another, harmoniously advancing bebop's production. Riffy freeform jazz, heavy metal, fire, soft ballads, varying genres and pacing, yet all perfectly in tune with the sequence it's matched to. Scene and soundtrack blend together seamlessly, evoking an audiovisual experience that transcends what either one could accomplish individually. As much as the show pokes fun at its inhabitants, the beating heart beneath it all is this undercurrent of loneliness, exploring the inability to escape the ties of one's own past. Every plot line, every character history, and every bounty they chase. They all have this ephemeral, forlorn sadness behind them, abstract and ill-defined, but strongly felt. A yearning and desolation that forms the basis of reasoning for their actions. An incessant longing, a deep desperation to try and escape the past, yet an understanding that we would be nothing without it. The main character's internal struggles with this paradox makes their stories deeply profound and relatable. Cowboy Bebop is a show renowned for its unique pacing, excellent soundtrack, memorable characters, and above all else, its uncompromising dedication to quality and experimentation. These facets combined to create an anime that truly broke the bounds of its contemporaries. A series focused on the exploration of mature themes and ideologies. It dared to be different, to take us around the solar system and into hyperspace. A universe so full and vibrant that we couldn't help but be drawn to it, waiting around in its murky depths for over 20 years, while still going back for more to this day. Its unique blend of musical and visual style with profound and relatable characters elevated it into the pantheon of all-time great animated works, solidifying it as the godfather of modern anime. I'm Tim, and these are my thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.